see and red blood is spreading over the floor. In my hands, I grip my knife, the murder weapon. She's dead.
Hi, I'm Arcueid, and back with Tsukihime.
I leave the gates of the mansion behind. I walk along the unfamiliar streets. Up until now, I've been going to school from the Arima house, so it's the first time I've taken this route to school. It's only the path I'm taking that's different, but I feel like I'm going to a new school. There doesn't seem to be a lot of students from my school around. Apparently there are not many who live around here. 7:30 in the morning. I can't see anyone running along the streets in school uniform except me. The business district is a rush of activity. As usual, the scene is one of suited firm employees gearing themselves for today's battle. No, it isn't quite the same as usual. For the last few days, the atmosphere has been a little heavier in this town. It's probably due to the serial killings. There are less people in the streets in the evenings now, too. You'd better cut down on hanging out at night, Arihiko. The face of my bad friend drifts into mind. He'd be the sort to carry on hanging out at night regardless of the atmosphere in town. Well, it's not like he's gonna listen to a word I say anyway. I start to see some people in school uniforms intermingling with the crowd. There are only about 10 minutes until the school gates close. I dash along the asphalt streets so I won't be late. I arrive. It seems like it took 20 minutes rather than 30 from the mansion. I'll need to leave around 7 if I want to go slowly, since I ran several times on the way. The classroom just minutes before homeroom is full of commotion. Scattered all over the classroom are my classmates, intent on talking until the teacher arrives. It's like a festival in here, even though there are only a few minutes left. I ease my way through to my seat next to the window, the usual anime protagonist seat. Then, yo! You're late, Tono! In stark contrast to the otherwise pleasant classroom, there is someone waiting with a big grin on his face. And in addition...
Ah, good morning, Tono-kun.
He is accompanied by someone very unexpected. Hi, Senpai! Senpai, why are you in our classroom? Dumbfounded, I point to Seal Senpai like I'm looking at a ghost.
Huh? Is it so unusual? I was just wondering if you were in class, so I decided to come over to see you, Tono-kun.
Unusual? The seniors never come to the junior classrooms. There's all sorts of reasons, but the biggest one is that they're just too far apart.
Oh, I see.
Senpai nods with a serious face.
You don't have to worry about that. Despite my appearance, I'm a fast runner. It takes me less than a minute to get to my class downstairs from here.
Senpai emphasizes her point. I guess she's just not the kind of person who cares what other people think. Quit whining, Tono. What's wrong with it anyway? Senpai's here because she wants to be. Arihiko, being Arihiko, plunks himself down on my desk and starts a merry conversation with Senpai. I don't mind, but you ought to get back to your class 2 minutes before homeroom starts, Senpai. I feel tired for some reason. Sighing, I sit down.
Inui-kun, it seems Tono-kun is feeling down.
Yeah, he's probably feeling irritable because he's not used to his life after moving. Tono doesn't mind most things, but he's got a bad habit of throwing a fit when faced with things he doesn't understand.
Really? Tono-kun doesn't look like the type to get angry.
Nope, that's not true. Tono, you see, is usually pretty mature, but when he encounters something he doesn't understand, kaboom!
Huh. Kaboom, is it?
Yep. You'll change your opinion once you see him lose it, so you can't just trust him like that, Senpai. The two of them whisper to each other. Hey, listen, if you're gonna talk privately, do you mind doing it in the hallway? I can hear every word you say when you do it on my desk, so there's no real point to it. What? You could hear us? Arihiko gives an exaggerated reaction of surprise. No one could stay angry after being hit with an act like that. Senpai puts her hands to her mouth, and I can't tell how serious she is. If it's Senpai, she may have actually intended to talk privately. That's terrible, Tono! Listening in on the lovey-dovey private conversation between Senpai and me? You've sure got some nasty hobbies. Arihiko points at me. Are you trying to pick a fight with me, Arihiko? Actually, please do. Right now, I'm more than willing. Arihiko shakes his head. Of course not. You're my dear friend, right? I'd exchange fists with my parents, but I have a policy of not fighting with my friends. I'm the very model of chivalry. That's amazing. I guess chivalrous people could punch their parents in the world that's inside his head. I see. That's a pretty rotten policy. You pretended to be depressed, but deep down you're the same Tono as always. Dang, I had nothing to worry about after all. Arihiko hits me a couple of times in the back. Arihiko, were you worried about me just then? Don't ask me trivial stuff like that, you dumb butt. It's only good if I do it without you noticing. Arihiko hits my back some more. We've been friends for a long time, but I still can't get a hold on this guy's personality. I can. He's like Genki type. So, how's your new house? Pretty heavy and stressful by the looks of it. Can't really say. I had a bad dream last night and the people at my house gave me the cold shoulder. I see. Sounds rough. Arihiko nods with a difficult expression. And Senpai is silent, staring at us when we have our trivial conversation. Senpai.
Tono-kun, you really do get on well with Inui-kun.
Are you serious, Senpai? You must need thicker glasses if that's what you think after seeing what just happened.
Not at all, Tono-kun. You look really relaxed when you're with Inui-kun. You're really open and trust him a lot.
Senpai smiles happily for some reason. Huh? Arihiko and I exchange looks and tilt our heads.
Oh, I'm so envious. I really admire how your friendship allows such understanding without you getting worried over each other.
Senpai is impressed. Really? Arihiko and I exchange looks and raise our eyebrows.
That's right. It's just that the two of you don't realize it. Ah, but maybe it'll end if you do. In that case, it'd be best if you two just remained as you are. Yes, truly a miraculous balance.
Well, I guess you could say our relationship is a miraculous tightrope. Arihiko nods in agreement. I guess that's one point we perfectly agree on. Aw, they're tsundere friends for each other. Why doesn't Arihiko have a root? That would be fun.
Ah, it's almost time. I'll be going now. Did you watch the news this morning, Tono-kun?
No, the house I moved to doesn't have a television, so I can't watch the morning news.
Is that so? Well, I'll just ask you straight out then. There was a big mansion on today's morning news. Is that where you live?
Eh? This morning's news. Now that she mentions it, Hisui said the police had come to talk. And yet your sister insisted that nothing happened last night. Suspicious. Yeah, that must be my house. I heard the police came this morning to ask us questions.
Is that so? You mustn't be out playing late at night, Tono-kun.
And with that cryptic remark, Senpai leaves quickly. I watch her silently, and... Tono, what? I'm not listening to any more of your trivial garbage. It's not trivial. It's becoming a big problem. You've become so familiar with Senpai, she even comes here to see you. We've met a day ago! Arihiko stares at me gravely. Well, I don't know anything about it. I've only started talking to her recently. Yes, exactly! Maybe she just came here on a whim today. And come to think of it, aren't you pretty familiar with her too? No way, man! It's taken me 7 days to get her to remember my name. Oh, that's unusual. It's probably because we helped her. Oh. It's not going to be a yanderies. I don't think there's any yanderies in this game. It's fine. Wasn't it your policy not to deal with girls you can't pick up in a day because they're too much trouble? That's for normal girls, but Senpai is different. I've kept it a secret all this time, but actually You like senior girls who look good with glasses on, don't you? Brr! Arihiko's face turns red. You knew all along, my dear friend. Yeah, I knew. We're friends, after all. We get along, and we've got the same interests. I see. You can understand how good Senpai is too, can't you? Hey, wait! Yeah, like I said, we've got similar interests, right? That's why we're into the same type of woman. No! Hold out for your vampire waifu! Arihiko nods in agreement and heads back towards his own seat. I guess it was a short friendship, Tono. Yeah, exactly right. I wave Arihiko off. The teacher comes in at about the same time. The morning lessons are over. It's lunch break and Arihiko has gone on ahead to the cafeteria. Now where should I have my lunch? Classroom? Cafeteria. I don't see either of these options helping me with Arcueid, so... If I go to the cafeteria, it'll definitely be another thing with Arihiko and Seal-senpai. If I stay in the classroom, maybe we get to skip all that, or Seal-senpai will come looking for us, so... We might be roped into the same thing regardless, but I'll stay in the classroom. I decide to go buy some bread and eat it slowly in my classroom. There are still a few guys and that close group of girls in here as well. Huh? I just noticed. Yumezuka Satsuki, usually the most eye-catching of all the girls, is nowhere to be seen. She must be absent. Oh, is she one of the victims from last night, maybe? I must be pretty absent-minded to take until lunchtime to realize one of my own classmates isn't even here. 5th period. Feeling sleepy at the classics lecture, my gaze drifts outside the window, and a crow is perched on the classroom veranda. Huh. Not the blue crow from last night, but just an ordinary black one. With its black eyes, the crow stares inside the classroom through the glass window. It's true that it's unusual for a bird to perch there, but it's not like it's some major event. Suddenly, it comes at me. My vision gradually goes white as my sense of balance goes crazy. My field of vision sways. It feels like something is building up at the back of my head, and my brain feels heavy. Crud. I know this feeling. It's the precursor to an anemia attack. The blood that's been building up inside the blood vessels in my brain form black clots and slushes around inside my head, causing my vision to go black. If I had to describe it, I would say it feels like darkness is pushing from my brain outwards towards my eyes. This is bad. I don't usually collapse in the middle of class, but fumbling in a world of darkness, I blindly use my desk for support. Even that becomes useless. I can't put any strength into my fingers. All I can do now is fall towards the floor. Excuse me, sensei. And something hits me roughly on the back. Tono's looking pretty bad, so I'd like to take him to the infirmary. Arihiko. At some point, Arihiko had come up to me. Are you really feeling bad, Tono? I can hear the teacher's voice from his lectern. No, I think I'll be fine. Man, he's totally out of it. Wouldn't it be better for him to leave early? Arihiko makes this outrageous proclamation loudly. I see. If you say so anyway, then there's no mistake about it. I've already heard about Tono's health from Kunifushi-sensei. Tono, if you're not well, you may go rest in the infirmary or leave early. Sheesh. I don't know what's with him. It seems the classics teacher has complete trust in what Arihiko says. I guess he's not such a delinquent. Come on, you can go now. Your face is pale and all, but no one's gonna know you're feeling bad until you tell them, you know? Arihiko hits me in the back grumpily. I'll be leaving early then, sensei. The classics teacher nods solemnly. Sorry about making you worry needlessly, Arihiko. Don't worry about it. We've been inseparable since middle school. I can tell when you're about to collapse from anemia. Arihiko heads back towards his own seat. Expressing my thanks with a look, I drag my leaden body out of class. Well, Arihiko is already serving a lot more of a purpose than, what was it, Fuji-sensei from Taiga-sensei from Fate Stay. She didn't seem to have any role in the story other than to show up at the house and provide comic relief. Arihiko's at least. He seems more integrated into the protagonist's life, I'd put it that way. I leave school. It would have been better to go lie down in the infirmary, but at this hour, it'd be after school by the time I wake up. That being the case, I decide that I'd better go lie down back at the mansion, even if it means pushing myself. Phew. I think I'm feeling a little better. I breathe in the outside air and feel a little rejuvenated. Sheesh. I'm surprised at my own body. 8 years ago, the price of recovering from that near-fatal injury was becoming prone to sudden anemia. When I first left the hospital, it would happen at least once a day. Collapsing from dizziness became daily routine for me. After some time, probably because my body had grown, the spontaneous dizziness and anemia became rarer. But from time to time, things still triggered dizzy fits, and I still lose consciousness. Today, I was lucky that Arcueid caught me. Usually, I wind up passed out on the floor. Taking a slow and deep breath, I draw fresh air into my lungs. I can feel the blood pooled around the center of my head begin to swirl around again, so I head away from the school. I veer onto the main street. Once I get through here and leave the residential district, it's a direct path to the Tono mansion. Crud. It looks like I haven't fully recovered yet. Putting my hand to my forehead, I realize it's hotter than usual. I'm not going to do myself any good by pushing myself here until I collapse along the side of the road. I guess there's no helping it. Disgusted with myself, I lean on the guardrail. I'll rest for a bit until I manage to calm down. I don't have much to do, so I just stare idly around the street. It's just past noon on a weekday, but the street is filled with passers-by. Crowds of walking people. Nameless people without personalities walk straight ahead, without even casting a glance at the people walking beside them. Protagonist lives in a world of NPCs, huh? Even though there are so many people here together in this crowd, in this same space, they see only one thing. Everyone is their own main character, so they only live the day from that perspective. And you are the same, looking at these people saying they have no personalities. Appreciate that they are probably full people, but you only see a very small, teeny tiny, infinitesimally tiny part of their lives when you just happen to see someone pass on the street. You are not privy to anything in their life, simply that they exist. And so, without really interacting with anyone else, they each end the day by themselves. Like you're one to talk, protagonist. In a way, you could say it's a very lonely thing. I begin to think melancholy thoughts, perhaps the result of my fever. Guess I'll go home now. I feel calmer, and all I'm doing here is wasting my time with pointless thoughts. Getting up from the guardrail, I resume heading home to the mansion so I can rest. That is, until I see her. Vampire waifu! Yes! Finally! Casually, all I did was casually cast my gaze into the crowd, but my vision freezes. Thump. Golden hair and red eyes. Her clothes are white, as if they are a symbol of herself. Thump. My pulse races. My veins and arteries spring into action. My nerves split one after the other. My spinal cord goes berserk as if it's about to leap out of my back. Thump. The girl walking in the crowd is just beautiful. The distant dizziness comes back to me. My consciousness swims, falling. Thump. I can't breathe. My fingertips tremble. The blood isn't reaching them. My whole body feels cold, like I'm freezing to death. Thump. My heart beats in a rush, urging me to hurry up. I can stand it no longer, and unintelligible words escape my mouth. I can't think. My brain tells me only one word. Thump. Just one word repeating in my brain. Her. That girl. I'm going to... Wheezing sounds. I feel sick. I can't breathe. It hurts to breathe. For some reason, I can't remember how to breathe properly. Wheezing sounds. My throat is burning. My eyes are about to burst. My palms are soaked. I feel so cold, but I'm drenched in sweat. Panting sounds. I have to follow her. I have to follow that girl. Chase her, chase after her, and talk to her. My frozen feet begin to move. My breathing is ragged, like that of a beast. I chase after the girl in white. Panting sounds. The girl walks slowly. She doesn't realize I'm following her. If I run after her now, I can talk to her, and ask her name. Ask her name? Who am I kidding? I know very well that's not what I want to do. I know, but I don't know. It looks like I want to do something else. But I can't precisely put what I want to do in words. The inside of my head is misted over like a rain cloud. My throat is hot. I can't breathe. But so what? It's only natural, right? I've just seen that great woman. It would be impolite not to get excited, wouldn't it? Stop her and ask her name. Predatory behavior! Ha! Give me a break. I'm not a kid after all. I don't fully understand it, but there is one thing I must do. I walk with my hands in my pockets. My fingers feel steel. Huh? How fortunate. The tools are all here. She walks. I leave plenty of room between us, so she won't notice. So the other people around us won't suspect. She and I are complete strangers. That's why I have to do my best to make following her look natural. I'll be honest, when I first read the summary that, spoiler alert, he's totally gonna kill her, for some reason I thought that it would kind of like cut to black, or he wouldn't be fully aware of what he was doing, which is why he would be all horrified later, and then, you know, story goes from there, as it were. But, protagonist is having some very dark thoughts here. It's kind of not cool. Not cool. Not good. Not good at all. She walks into an apartment building. I don't go in yet, but instead watch from outside. She takes the elevator up. The elevator stops at the 6th floor. I check the common mailbox on the 1st floor. There are 5 mailboxes for the 6th floor. I touch one of them and feel a sharp sensation. I smell it. There's no mistake. Her room is the 3rd one on the 6th floor. What if, when he survived the blood thing that killed his mom, and he's got anemia, maybe he became like a partial vampire or something, and maybe that's also why his dad was like, one look at him and was like, nope, 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 not that kid. Just eject him from the family. He's a ticking time bomb. Maybe. I don't know. I enter the elevator and press 6. I'm excited. I grip the knife in my pocket tightly while in the small elevator. She's very close by. Just a little more and I can... her. Just thinking about it makes me feel ecstatic. My whole body feels like a, particular organ just before the fireworks display. I get off the elevator. The 6th floor corridor is empty. This is good. Quickly, quickly. I want to do it. I arrive in front of room 3. I'm about to press the doorbell when I stop. I thought he murdered her in a park. These glasses are in my way. I can't do what I've come to do with them on. It's a promise, Shiki. You should never cut those lines thoughtlessly. Huh. Long ago a woman once told me such a thing, but right now, neither her name nor her face come to mind. Slowly I remove my glasses. I can see the black lines, and not just them. Has something happened to my eyes? Apart from those abominable lines, I can see points, like black holes. Countless numbers of them. I don't know myself what I'm trying to do, why I'm trying to do this. What does Shiki want to do with that girl? I don't know. I think we have too much of an idea, honestly. Still not knowing, I push the doorbell.
Yes?
I hear the voice behind the door, and the door opens a crack. In that instant, I slip through it.
Eh?
The girl says. No, she tries to say. She will never get to finish what she tried to say, because I cut her apart before she could. In that instant, I slip through the door. Not taking even a second, I draw the knife across the lines running throughout the girl's body. Stabbing. slashing, piercing, driving, splitting into pieces. Completely and utterly, I kill her. The black lines that divide her into 17 pieces, through the neck, back of the head, from the right eye to the lips, upper right arm, lower right arm, right ring finger, left elbow, left thumb, left middle finger, left breast, from the rib to the heart, from the stomach to the abdomen, in 2 places, left groin, left thigh, left leg, left toe, all of them. As I pass by her, not even taking a second, truly in an instant, entirely, I dismantle her into 17 pieces of meat. I can hear an incredibly dumb-sounding voice. It doesn't feel like the voice is coming from my own throat. Dizziness. The minced pieces of the girl lie before my eyes, red blood all over the wooden floor like an overturned bucket of water. There's the choking scent of blood. The cuts are very clean so her insides don't spill out. Only the color of red goes across the ground. Strange. There's nothing in the room. Nothing but the girl's scattered limbs and me, standing there dumbfounded. What? A sea of red blood is spreading over the floor. In my hands I grip my knife, the murder weapon. She's dead. Of course she is. She wouldn't be human if she was alive. Why? There's nothing to ask. I just did it with my own hands. With my own hands, cleanly and instantly, I cut apart this girl I don't even know. I killed her? Yes, there's no mistaking it. Or am I mistaken? There's no reason for me to do such a thing. Okay, so maybe like the other Shiki, because in Kara no Kyokai, Shiki also had like a split personality thing going on, so maybe this Shiki has the exact same thing more or less. Huh. That's why it's a mistake. It has to be a mistake. But I had no reason from the start. That's why it's a mistake. It has to be a mistake. The red blood flows all over the floor. Slowly the dark red stain creeps around my feet. Surprised I lift my shoe, but I'm too late. Like coal tar, her blood makes a thread connecting the pool on the floor and my foot. It's red blood, the color I hate, still flowing even now, all because I cut her apart. It wasn't me. Yes, it has to be a mistake. A mistake. A mistake. Probably a mistake. Definitely a mistake. This is just a bad dream. This is, without a doubt, reality wrought by my own hands. Is one of these an early bad end? I wonder. It's reality, dude. But just what is wrong about it? Oh no, that means we let the bad personality take over? Ooh, okay. Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. I killed her. Is that fact wrong? I didn't kill her. Is that fact wrong? I didn't kill her. Is that fact wrong? No, all that's totally wrong. That's wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong. It just keeps going. Wrong. No, no, that is wrong. I'm saying it's wrong. It can't be. It just can't be. Wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. I don't know her. She's just some stranger I saw walking down the street. See? Isn't that strange to you, Shiki? She's a complete stranger. Why would I have to kill her? There is no answer to my screams. Besides, the reason is clear. From the moment I saw her, I could only think of one thing. Yes, Tono Shiki wanted to kill that girl. That's what I wanted to do back then. Just that. It was all so muddy inside my head I didn't put it in words. Wrong! I feel like throwing up. You did it. If you're gonna be remorseful, why'd you do it? The contents of my stomach rise. The crimson is soaking into my eyeballs. I dash out. I don't think for even a moment about how I might be seen, or to hide the body. I just want to escape from here. Half crazed, I flee from the unfamiliar apartment. Gah, Berg. My stomach acid rises in my throat. I throw everything back up. My food, my gastric juices, everything while I cry. Panting. There is nothing left in my stomach, but my body continues to force me to throw up as if trying to undo what had occurred and return me to my ordinary life. Panting noises. Pain. It hurts like my insides are burning. The tears won't stop, and my body collapses to the floor like a pile of garbage. I keep crying. I killed someone. I killed her without reason, without mercy. Like breaking apart a doll. What was it all about? Why I felt like that? Why I killed her? Even now, I can't find a reason. It's a lie. No, it's too odd to be true. That thing that just happened might not be real. So this is just one of those dreams I have when I faint. It's a lie. Oh, dude, how many people have you murdered because you, How many people have you murdered just because you had a anemic blood rage whatever thing going on? That's not good, Shiki. That's not good. Besides, how can someone cut apart someone else like that with just a knife? I read it in a book once. It takes a whole day of strenuous labor to cut someone up, even when using a saw. That's why there's no way I could have possibly done such a thing with just a knife. Except you have those eyes of mythic death perception. You know, it's why you wear glasses. Oh, now he's gonna gaslight himself about the lines. These lines never existed in the first place. Everything was just a delusion I had fallen for. It's a lie. Gastric juice drips over my lips, passing out of my mouth, dripping down my jaw. Mixed with the juices is something red. My throat is probably bleeding because my stomach keeps trying to throw up, even when there's nothing left in there. Oh, it hurts. That's why this isn't a dream, and I'm just lying to myself. Yes, actually, I understand everything. I lusted after her. Just looking at her aroused me. When I cut her apart, it was so thrilling I almost did the jollies. These eyes, too. If I knew these lines could cut things apart like paper being shredded, I should have understood that even a person could easily be cut apart, like I just did to her. I had lived a normal life without even thinking about something like that. If I really am the sort of dangerous person who could easily kill just about anything, then I should have put out these eyes or lived a life without seeing anyone. I'm sorry, Sensei. I'm so sorry. Not even such a simple promise was I able to keep. But I don't care about myself. I killed that person. That person's life up until now. The people around that person. The future that person dreamed of. Everything destroyed by a stranger. Even if I regret it, I cannot be forgiven. Even if I apologize, I cannot be forgiven. Have I gone insane? I don't know. There isn't even a trace of that impulse left. But if that impulse came again, what will happen to me? The thought of holding back never crossed my mind. I did not even consider trying to stop myself. Kill this girl. It had seemed like the obvious thing to do, and I went through with it. Then there's nothing I can do. Then the answer is simple. I must be insane. I've probably been mad since 8 years ago when I miraculously came back to life from a fatal accident. I'm cold. The sun has gone down without me noticing. What time is it now? I can't tell. My eardrums are filled with noise like static TV. Static. 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 The sound doesn't stop. It's terribly cold. If I stay sitting down on this bench like this, I think I'm going to die. Static. 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 I don't feel anything. I don't care about that repeating noise or the freezing cold. My body is shivering. It may be due to the cold, or the uneasiness, or the fear, or regret. I can't tell which. I've killed someone, and I can't explain why I did it without any reason. What a joke. There's no reason, so there's no way I can explain it. I killed her just because I felt like killing her. Such a reason is insanity. Yeah, it would be so easy if I was just insane. But my heart still remains sane. It's only because I'm still sane that I can feel this numbness. Static, static, static. The knife is still in my hand. Resolving this by killing myself, that's pretty easy. But I can't do it. I'm still sane, so I can't do it. My heart fears death, and somewhere in my heart, I know that doing so will not settle this, or atone for it. The noise continues. My body temperature continues to plummet. I can't kill myself. But if I leave things as they are, I'll disappear. Maybe that's for the best, even if a killer like me survives. If I just quickly die like this.
Tono-kun?
Suddenly, my name is called. Huh? I raise my head. There's Senpai. It feels like decades since I last saw her.
What are you doing sitting out here in the rain?
Rain? Oh, I see. That static noise up until now was the sound of rain. No wonder it's cold. I can see now that I'm completely soaked and freezing.
Oh, you don't even have an umbrella. You're gonna catch a cold like that, Tono-kun.
Senpai's voice is so painful. It was only a few hours ago that I had last heard it, but now it sounds so distant.
Tono-kun, can you hear me?
Yeah. It wouldn't be so bad to catch a cold. I just reply without thinking.
That won't do. You'll catch more than a cold with rain like this, even if it is October.
Her sentence cuts off as she touches me.
How long have you been like this, Tono-kun? You're so cold.
Senpai pulls my arm and forces me up from the bench.
I'll lend you my umbrella, so please hurry and go home, and do something about your body. It'll really be a matter of life and death if you don't warm up quickly.
Yeah. But I can't go home. I can't go anywhere ever again. I can't go home after doing something like that. I don't think there's anywhere left where I can rest anymore. Senpai stares at me.
I see. Then let's go back to my room. It's closer than your house, so it's perfect.
Senpai pulls me by my arm. I can't shake her off. I can't think about anything at the moment, and Senpai's warmth is the only certain thing in this world where everything feels numb. Senpai's room is a common one-room apartment in a two-story building. Just one really small, cramped room the size of a 6 tatami mats and one kitchen. As one might expect from Senpai, the room is a neat one. That trivial fact relaxes my numbed nerves just a little.
Here, please wipe yourself with this.
She hands me a bath towel.
Sorry, I don't have any clothes that fit you. Please just bear with this for a while. I'll go prepare something warm for you to drink right away.
Senpai retreats to the kitchen. I'm left by myself in the neat room. I've never imagined coming into a girl's room like this. A girl's room. The room of a girl. A girl's room which I forced myself into and killed a girl in. I feel like throwing up. What am I doing here? In such a place? I have absolutely no right to receive Senpai's hospitality here.
Thanks for waiting. Here you go. Tono-kun! You've got to wipe yourself down, quickly!
Senpai scolds me as she begins to rub my head with the bath towel.
See, your shirt is all soaked too. You've got to take it off. You might catch pneumonia like this.
A very fierce-looking senpai undoes the buttons on my shirt. Suddenly her fingers stop. Senpai takes a long, hard look at my chest.
This is a healed wound, isn't it?
She must be surprised to see the old wound on my chest. The burn-like marks are right in the middle of my chest. She might be surprised at seeing them because she didn't know. Yeah, they're fine. It's already been 8 years.
I see. Thank goodness. If this wound was the reason you're acting funny, I'd have to take you to the hospital right away.
Senpai gives a faint, soft smile. A twinge. When I see her smiling face, my chest hurts. It's alright. I can do it by myself, so leave me alone.
Okay, I'll bring you some tea then. Oh, if you take your shirt off, please use that sheet there and warm yourself.
I wipe my trousers with the bath towel, but even so, my trousers are still wet. The sheet is going to get soaked if I cover myself with it. I take off my shirt and wrap the top half of my body with the towel.
Are you finished wiping yourself? Then let's have some tea.
Senpai sits down, holding a tea set.
Please sit down too, Tono-kun. I can't calm down with you standing up.
I do as I'm told and sit down. Senpai pours some English tea and hands it to me. Neither of us say anything. Senpai drinks her English tea as if she doesn't notice my presence. Following Senpai's example, I drink some as well. It's hot. So hot that it hurts my tongue. The warmth puts a pulse into me. It feels like my heart, brain, and all my other organs had stopped begin to move a little again. Senpai says nothing. It's not long before the teacup is empty. Senpai naturally refills the cup again with more. I get the feeling that I have to say something.
Tono-kun.
Huh? I recoil in shock.
I'm going out for a bit. Can I count on you to look after the house?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, then I'll leave it up to you. I'll be right back, so don't do anything funny.
I wonder how serious she is. Smiling as she speaks, Senpai leaves. I'm alone again. The warm something I felt up until a moment ago is quickly cooling down. Senpai didn't ask me anything. She takes a person like me into her room and looks after me like it's the natural thing to do. Though I didn't notice. The warmth of the tea, the neatness of the room. What is many, many times more comforting than those things is having someone beside me. My chest hurts. A little while ago, I preferred to be alone, feeling nothing. But now I become uneasy just by her absence. I want to scream like I've gone crazy. What arrogance. I'm a murderer after all. I don't have any right to Senpai's kindness. But I'm selfishly wanting Senpai to quickly come home.
I'm home, Tono-kun. Thanks for looking after the place. That was fast.
Senpai? It seems Senpai brought all sorts of things. There are several plastic bags hanging from her hands. Oh, she went to get you some stuff. She's so nice. She's seriously nice, like, holy crud.
Let's see. Please wear this for now. It's cheap, but it's better than wet clothing. By the way, the bath should be about ready now. You should feel a bit better after relaxing in there for a while.
Senpai neatly prepares everything. My change of clothes, a bath. This person is... Oh god, she's perfect wife material! Even though there is no need to do so for a person like me. It's okay, Senpai. I'm going home. I can't cause you any more trouble.
What are you saying, Tona-kun? You said you can't go home, right? I've already brought food for two, so please take responsibility.
Responsibility? Senpai?
Please warm yourself up, eat dinner, and get yourself together before you go home. If you just go home with a face like that, I'll be so worried I won't be able to sleep.
Huh. My chest hurts. Happiness. I'm so happy I'm about to cry. But on the other hand, I'm in fear of her kindness. Why?
Yes? What is it, Tona-kun?
Why do you go so far, Senpai? I don't have any right to be treated kindly by you. I killed someone. I can't have someone taking care of me. I'm hopeless. I made a very big mistake just then, and I ran away without taking responsibility. I was even considering just dying. I'm trying to cling on to Senpai. That sin, the life I took with my own hands, I'm trying to make it something that didn't happen in my mind. The mistake I made is unforgivable. No, I don't think it should be forgiven. That's why I'm hopeless. I have no right to be treated well by you here, Senpai. Senpai sighs.
It seems you're convinced that you're a bad person, Tona-kun.
She answers simply. Senpai grasped the truth lying deep within me.
But that just shows you have no confidence in your own actions. No kidding! He killed someone! What do you mean, confidence? Girl, context! You know you made a mistake, but you don't understand whether it's good or bad. That's why you have no choice but to drive yourself into a corner until things become clear to you. Oh, wait. There's like a hunter character in here, because we have the vampire princess, who I may have accidentally locked us out of the route of and put us very firmly onto CL Senpai's route. That certainly seems to be the case. She might be like she might be the hunter character. Maybe. In which case, wait, do you know what we did? And you're like, hey, the only good vampire is a dead vampire. In which case, you did good, Shiki. I'm totally fine with that. Oh no. I don't know. Either way, this is an odd pep talk, but anyway. No, I guess it actually fits, but... we don't know that Arcueid is a vampire at this stage.
No, that's... I don't know. But, yeah, I am taking the fact that I did it, yet I still don't understand why. I've killed someone, and that makes me a bad person. Maybe I've just been forcing myself into the role of a villain as I try to confirm where my sin lies.
I don't know what your mistake is, and to put it bluntly, I don't care. You say you have no right to kindness, but that's just your point of view. I'm not being kind to you for your sake, so please don't worry about it. Well, I mean, I'm doing this because I want to. It has nothing to do with your circumstances. Oh, they're both tsundere! Because they both kind of said this when she was like, let me thank you for helping me earlier. And now he's doing it like this when, yeah. They're both tsundere for each other. What a perfect couple, I don't like it. It may be a bother to you, but please just think of yourself as having been caught by a mean-spirited senpai and give up.
Saying this, Senpai smiles. That soft, protective, faint smile. I can hear the sound of rain. And the scene continues as we are at Senpai's house now. So that was a very eventful encounter, as it were.
Very eventful. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one here. It might end up being a little long. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and thanks so much for joining me on this. Hopefully it has been interesting for you as it has been for me, and hope to see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.